Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? 20 years later and I still don't. This is Movie Sense. Alright. We were really trying to figure out a tagline for that. Yeah. It took us a while and it still wasn't that great.
We didn't want to be cliche.
Justin, yours was awful, the ones that you mentioned. But yeah, so hey, anyway, welcome to Movie Sense. We are doing a special episode, Spotlight on The Rock. And as always, I'm your host, DJ Selby. You can see my information down here. The new graphic I just designed. Check it out. And with me, as almost always, I got Justin Mua.
Hey, how's it going, guys? You guys can follow me on Instagram, and as always, DJ Selby is gonna set it up probably like right there. So just click on it.
And as always, it gets old. And with me, a very special guest, and you may know him as Mark Flores with a Z, or Mark F's Modern Life. There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mark F's Modern Life. You can find me on various social media outlets under that same name.
Oh,
it is so hard to not try to come up with a sexually charged joke. And I'm just glad I was able to be professional.
Well, speaking of sexually charged, Mark, The Rock, this guy is freaking on top right now. This is insane.
Yes.
Jumanji, a.k.a. Jungle Book, The Last Jungle, came out on December 24th. This movie initially came out with a $36 million box office for the weekend. Mm-hmm. So we're thinking, okay, that's pretty normal. Now we're at US over over $354 million this guy has made. In the US, worldwide, over $821 million.
Oh my God.
This is insane.
Huge chunk of change. Especially considering in the midst of this, in the midst of all the theater releases, you still have to deal with Star Wars as well.
Yeah, you're dealing with Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and he's still bringing it on top. He's the top box office movie right now. And this is insane because this came out in December. And I mean, I gotta ask, guys, what the hell is making The Rock so famous? What is making this dude on top right now? Because I don't get it. I don't.
To me, I think the guy's anywhere and everywhere. His production company, $7 Productions, curtails every movie that he's alongside to fit his image.
Right, and that's true. $7 Productions, they're pushing a lot of these projects. Yep. They did push Jumanji. They did push Rampage, which is set to be released April 20th of this year.
Yeah.
And they also pushed Baywatch.
Oh, definitely they did. Oh my gosh, they pushed the hell out of that
And you
movie.
see that those movies are cookie cutter and fit right into what he needs to push out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they fit him perfectly. I don't think I wanted to see anyone else do a Baywatch movie other than The Rock.
Or Tom Hanks.
I mean, well, Tom Hanks, yes, we talked about this. Maybe Tom Hanks in Baywatch.
I can see that.
I can see that.
Slow-mo Tom Hanks.
Slow motion Tom Hanks. Can we do that, like with the slow motion? Let's see. Maybe. Anyway, moving forward, this guy, I just don't get it because this movie, I saw Jumanji immediately when it first came out, and I thought it was good. It was cool. If you're a fan of the original Jumanji, which I am,
Definitely.
I didn't really find it related to that movie at all that much, except that now the board game turned into a video game, and you're sucked into a world as opposed to the world being sucked into yours, That's how the first one was. So I, as being an original fan, I thought the newest Jumanji was okay, but I didn't know it was going to be over $821 million worth of okays. That's insane.
Right.
What do you think he's doing that's making him so famous right now?
I feel like it's a little bit of everything, especially in this day and age where everyone's so connected to social media and everything. And obviously, Dwayne Johnson, he's on top of it.
Yeah, he is.
And especially all his co-stars and everything that he's working with. Like in Fast and Furious, you have Jason Statham and Vin Diesel and all that. And then plus on the comedic side, he's dealing with Kevin Hart, you got Jack Black. Yeah. So, he's a pretty huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I follow him on Instagram. How many followers does he have?
Oh my God, I think he's like right at 99.9 million, almost 100.
I feel like you checked that right before we filmed. 99.9.
I'm just guessing on top of my head.
I follow him on both Twitter and Instagram, and he's killing it in that game.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I still don't know how he, does so much, and he's able to still stay connected to his fans. It's insane.
Yeah, definitely.
The guy works hard, and he even documents how busy he is. Where if you look at majority of his stuff on social media, you're under the impression that this guy lives in a jet. And has to go from A to B to C every single day, and still has to manage a workout.
I mean, he's motivating millions with his workout routines. I mean, he's pushing that all the time. It's like obedience and strength and determination. I mean, so he is relatable to a lot of people who feel like they have those goals they're trying to hit.
Definitely. Life goals. Because, especially with this generation of people, really get into the whole fitness life and everything, he plays a huge part. And I feel like that's where he gets a lot of his followers and everything is through that. I mean, also his movies and everything. Yeah. But everyone they want to be motivated, with their life goals and all that. So, of course, they want to look up to
let's break this down, okay? So basically, The Rock right now, he's just got done with Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. He just got done with that. He's having this movie Rampage come out April 20th. We just saw another trailer in the Super Bowl for a separate Rock movie called Skyscraper.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Which is about like his family's being held hostage on a skyscraper and he's missing a leg, so he has a prosthetic. And then he lost it in the war, so people are gonna be like, oh my god, I love The Rock even more for this.
Yep.
And I mean, like, this dude is hitting home on all these different things. He's gonna be Black Adam in DC. Suicide Squad has been announced. Black Adam. So The Rock has a huge list of projects, and he's in Ballers.
Yeah, and he's been working in Ballers the whole time.
The whole time. So how did he get here? How did he get from WWE, which used to be called WWF?
Oh yeah.
That's when I watched it anyway. Yeah. And now he's doing these movies. I mean, if you look at his beginning movies, what was the first movie you saw him in?
The first movie I actually saw him in was The Scorpion King.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What about you?
And
it was no, that was his first. I think that was like one of his first huge solo movie roles. For me, it was the first one. It was whatchamacallit, The Mummy. I think it was number
where
2.
he played the Scorpion King.
Yeah, where he played the Scorpion King, and then they made a movie out of it. And then they came out with part 2, and then part 3, and we didn't even know there was a part 3.
Yeah, but he wasn't in part 3.
Make sure you get that big king-size lobster fusion thing.
Oh,
on the
yes.
rock.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like
and
a
the special
crab.
effects.
Yeah, the special effects on it. Yeah, they were pretty on point.
You can tell where they took budget cuts.
And, I mean, moving forward, what do you think was, like, his first breakout role that just really jetted him towards where we're seeing him now?
I would want to say that the exact moment where he actually took off was when he did Fast 5. When he was billed as the protagonist Hobbs in Fast 5. After that, from 2012 on, he just was working extremely hard, and then that's when he even started the genesis of $7 Productions.
Yeah.
And just went on and just took off still.
$7 is a huge backer for Ballers.
Yeah.
So he had the HBO deal with Ballers. I mean, he was doing after 2012, he was doing Snitch, he was doing G.I. Joe Retaliation, Pain and Gain.
And then even wrestled John Cena in WrestleMania that year too. He was working extremely hard.
He never let up. He never let up.
I don't even know when he sleeps. The guy does the movies that he knows he can capitalize on.
Right.
B-level movies that are just made with so much production value that they pass off as A-level movies. San Andreas, in my eyes, a movie like San Andreas could always remain in the bowels of B-level movies. But you take an actor with his production company like The Rock, and you make San Andreas a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. San Andreas, I saw it, and I was entertained from beginning to end. A lot more than 2012 with John Cusack.
Oh.
And
it's the same concept.
Yeah, and you see the budget difference where San Andreas costs a lot more than 2012.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I get it. He's a hard worker. He's doing movies nonstop. I mean, he has a lot still left in him. Yeah. I've heard this from a lot of people that are in the movie business where they say that when you're a hot item, you got to bank on it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kevin Hart.
Because it eventually will run out, and you're just banking on it. And you're right, Kevin Hart's doing the same thing. And they're collabing a lot together, which is really smart, because now you're seeing Rock's funny side. You know, Central Intelligence was a huge hit. You know, Jumanji, I mean, this speaks for itself, and it's the comedy, the action. He knows his niche. He knows that he's action. He knows he has some funny to him, and every now and then he'll do serious action. It's always going to come back to what he's tailored for.
Yes.
So I get it. I see where he's getting his success. Is there anything you wanted to add?
One thing to leave off with for this movie sense segment is to realize that any actor or any person can begin acting and just become a mega hit. That The Rock is leading in the same vein as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger was only supposed to be just made for just bodybuilding, Mr. Olympia, that's it. But he broke out of that mold, ignored the naysayers, and just kept pushing through. The Rock, supposed to be a wrestler. You've seen Hulk Hogan try to do movies, Stone Cold Steve Austin try to do movies, Goldberg, etc. But these guys didn't break that mold. And you see that The Rock, when your main career as a WWE superstar is an afterthought to what you do now, that means you have made it, my friend.
You made it. You've done something amazing. You impressed somebody upstairs.
Yeah.
And you're on top now. That's awesome.
No.
Did you want to add anything from your muscle building experience?
He utilizes social media so well to, you know, help motivate people, to give people a figure, especially in this day and age.
Someone look up to.
Yeah, exactly. To look up to, someone who's genuine.
Yeah.
You know, because right now there's a lot of people out there that are just there for the money. And that's it. And they don't care about their fans or anything like that.
I know that he loves the money, and he's worth a lot of it. I believe he's like worth over $130 million right now, net worth, which is pretty impressive coming from his background. I mean, he started from the bottom, now he's here. I think that song was made about him.
Yeah.
And you're right, he is motivation at its finest. And I know he's doing charity work. I've seen him do Make-A-Wish. I've seen him be a part of those huge nonprofits.
Yeah.
So this guy, he has something special, and it's showing, and people love it, and he's banking on it, and good for him, I guess. Because, I mean, well, good for him. Good for him, I guess. Good for him, I guess. No, he's earned it. He's banking on what he's worked so hard for his whole life. And, I mean, he's going to keep doing it. Yeah. That's why The Rock is so famous. That's why he's so popular. That's why he's so successful. That's why he's in every movie that's coming out in the future that is going to be action-packed and exciting. It's The Rock.
Especially now, he's diving into the whole superhero genre, so that just opens up like a whole door of new opportunities for him. You
Absolutely.
know?
So now, do you smell what he's cooking?
I kind of smell what he's cooking. I think it's nutmeg pancakes with buttermilk
and tequila
and brownies, because this guy eats all those, and I'm sure tequila as well.
Yes.
Well, anyway, that was our episode of Movie Sense. I hope you enjoyed it. If you had, subscribe right here. I made a new graphic that's right here. And then watch more of our videos.
Oh yeah.
Until next time, I'm your host, DJ Selby, Mark, Justin. We're out.
Peace.